The new silver bottle cap is coming to Pokemon Go, and I'm getting a lot of questions about how to use this item, both in the comments and on social media, from people asking for help on how to use the bottle cap. So I decided to make this video so we can go over some important points you should consider when using the silver bottle cap. Roll the intro editor and let's take a look at everything that's coming our way. Alright guys, a quick introduction to the item for those who didn't quite get what it is. Let me just click on this Zoru here because I can't let it get away. But basically guys, the bottle cap or cap is basically a soda bottle cap. It comes in two types of caps, the gold cap and the silver cap. Please don't ask me which cap. But basically the gold cap is used to change your Pokemon's IV. For example, look here. I have here on my account a 100% IV Shiny Zacian with a special New York background. You can see that on my Pokemon's attack and HP, there's a little dumbbell icon. That's because I used a gold bottle cap to boost its stats and make it 100%. The silver bottle cap does the same thing, but it has a limit. It can only do this with stats. So knowing that, the first thing you need to think about, only use the bottle cap on a Pokemon that's missing stats to reach 100%. If your Pokemon is 15, 14, or 13, don't use the bottle cap on it. Because either you turn the 14 into 15 or you turn the 13 into 15 and then it will be 15, 14, 15 or 15, 15, 13 and it still won't be 100%. So you basically threw your bottle cap away because you can normally get Pokemon like that. So the main thing, always use the gold bottle cap and silver bottle cap to make your Pokemon 100% IV. Look, I'm going to get some examples here so we can take a look. If your Pokemon is like this, you use the silver bottle cap on it and increase its defense stat. And then it will be 100% IV, which is something extremely rare. This one is already at 100%. This one too, look, if I use the silver bottle cap here, it will reach 100% and then I'll have a 100% shiny lucky Mewtwo. Let me find the other. Here, look. I can't use the bottle cap on this one because the silver and gold bottle caps can't be used on Shadow Pokemon. But let's suppose this Mewtwo isn't Shadow. If I use the silver bottle cap on its attack stat, it doesn't become 100%. If I use it on defense, it won't reach 100% since the attack will still be lacking. So always prioritize the Pokemon that only need one stat to reach 100% because the main purpose of the bottle cap is to make your Pokemon 100%. It doesn't make sense to use the bottle cap for anything other than that. Alright guys, keep that in mind first of all. A second thing I also wanted to talk to you about, which isn't exactly about the bottle cap, but it's something mainly related to the channel, is that I'd like to ask you what you think of the way the video looks on screen. Well, for those who don't know, guys, I'm using an iPad here. Let me pull it out and show you. Look, I'm using a 6th generation iPad mini. Yeah, it was always my dream to have an iPad like this so we could use it, so I could record. The videos, because it has a bigger screen, it's more squared, it's not like a phone, so I can use it better here and we can even see the Pokemon on a bigger screen, right? It's much cooler. Look, for example, here's something nice. If I go play with my buddy here, look how the buddy's screen looks. It gets huge, man. We can see everything on a much bigger scale. The video resolution gets much better too. And this iPad here, a lot of people have asked me, even though I already mentioned it in the video where I showed that I bought it on Temo. It's a refurbished iPad and there are some sellers who do that on Temo. And I bought it much cheaper than if I were to buy it from Apple and it arrived in amazing condition. I also bought this case separately so I can just put this case on it. And I also bought some iPad styluses on Temo as well. And I bought a case on Temo as well. Yeah, we have a Temo coupon. There's a Temo link here in the description for you too, so you can buy things there and give amazing support to the channel by doing that. But what I mainly wanted was your feedback on what you think about the videos being recorded with the iPad. I only use the iPad to record at home since it needs Wi-Fi and has no internet on its own. Taking it outside isn't ideal since carrying the iPad around isn't convenient. Still, I could do it and use a hotspot. I can try to record some gameplay outside with the iPad in the future just so we can do a little test. But I've really been enjoying it, man, and people have been asking what I think about it, if I regret buying it, and I think it was one of the best purchases I've made this year, so it was really good. And I was happy because there were a lot of negative expectations about Temo, right, guys? People thought something like a brick would arrive or something, but no, the iPad came just fine. I even went into its settings. I took its serial number and entered it on Apple's official website, and it showed up there as a recognized original Apple product. So I thought that was amazing, and for me it's been wonderful. But in the end, guys, the channel is ours. So it's no use if it's good for me, if I play and use it to do things. If you guys aren't happy with the resolution, the screen size, or something like that. So I would really like your feedback. And I would also like to ask for your help. Christmas, Black Friday, all those little things are coming up. If you want to look for something that's cheaper, more affordable things, I'd like you to check out my Temo link because you'll find their best products there. So you can take advantage of all these seasonal times to shop, buy a gift for your dad, for your mom. I even bought a gift for my dad here that I'm going to give him today. I hope he likes it. It's like a blower for you to clean the car. And I bought it through Temo. So if you want to buy gifts for yourselves there, buy things for your own use, use Chris's link because it helps me out a lot. Because besides using my link, there are a lot of other cool things and you'll be supporting the channel by doing that. So thank you very much for the feedback. And thanks also to Temo. Hey, we're in this together, right? That's it. Helping us pay the bills. That's really awesome. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, I created a tag here, guys. It's a tag just for Bora Bottle Cap. Oops, it went by. Here, look, just for Bottle Cap. What did I use as a requirement for this tag here? First, the Pokemon has to be shiny. Second, the Pokemon is only missing a few stat points to reach 100%. Third, the Pokemon has to be legendary. These three things are indispensable for me. I think you have to consider these three things. The only thing you can change here is instead of legendary, make it mythical. If it's mythical, I actually think that's even better, okay? But mythicals are usually less useful than legendaries. Usually legendaries are much stronger. But these three conditions, I don't think you can avoid them. The Pokemon must be legendary or mythical. Shiny and only be missing stats. I would recommend it too. The fourth thing I put here as well, some of you will see. They are lucky. Lux is cheaper to power up to max level. How am I going to choose which Pokemon I'm going to make 100%? Why not choose a lucky one since it's going to be cheaper? If it's lucky and has these three things, that fourth thing helps a lot. So look, from the Pokemon I have here, 4 of them are lucky. 4. Necrozma. He's one thing. It's the 5th stat that I tried to think about too. Fusion or Mega Evolution. In short, a second form. Necrozma can fuse with Solgaleo or Lunala. This Necrozma here, mine, can be fused. It has a second form. It's missing stats to reach 100%. It's lucky. He's legendary. And he's shiny. So he has 5 extremely positive things that make it a great choice for your bottle cap. The next one here, it's Zamazenta. And this one, he has something extra special. He needs stats. He has a second form. He's shiny. He has a special background. And I think that's it, right? Okay, he's not lucky, right? Yeah, he's not lucky. But something's missing. Because he's not lucky, but he has a special background. I'm forgetting to mention something, right? He has a second form. He's missing stats. He is legendary. He is legendary. He is shiny. And he has a special background. So he's like this, something really good. And he has a special event background. There's a special location background, which is even rarer than that. And here we have Zacian. He's shiny. He's missing stats. He's lucky. He's legendary. And he has a second form. One thing, guys, let me tell you, the special background, it's really overpowered. It's way more overpowered than the lucky one. So if you have a lucky one and a special background one, it's worth it to use the special background. Spend more Stardust to max it out. Having 100% shiny with a special background is extremely rare. It's really rare, guys. Really rare. If you can combine it with a special background, do it. And especially, you can make it legendary. Shiny with a second form that lacks stats. That has a special background and is lucky. You can also make the one with 6, which is something splendid. That's what we're going to see here in our last one. And that's what I chose. And I'm already powering it up. Guys, White Kyurem with a Los Angeles background, and it's a location background. The background I have on my Zamazenta, it was made available during the Pokemon Go Fest Global. In other words, everyone who played all over the world. had access to this special Zamazenta background. This Los Angeles background is only for people who bought the extra ticket for $50 and played in Los Angeles. So it's extremely limited. It's an extremely rare thing. So this one of mine here, it has a location background. It's lucky. He's shiny. He's legendary. He has a second form. And the last thing I don't remember. I blanked for a second, man. How does this work again? He's shiny, legendary, second form, lucky, special background, and missing a stat. Did I already say that? Anyway, guys, you get it. This one was the one I chose because of this combination of things. I've already maxed him out, and the only thing missing now is the actual gold bottle cap. When it arrives, I'll use it and max out her defense stat. One thing, guys, that you can take into consideration if you're unsure, well, if you've narrowed it down to 3 and you're unsure between those 3, one thing you can consider is the missing stat. The attack stat is the worst. Because to get it, there's a mission where you have to do a lot of raids. And that costs money if you want to do it quickly. So, yeah, the attack stat is the worst one to level up. Defense would be the second worst. And HP is the easiest one to level up. I think HP and defense are pretty close to each other. But that's something you can take into consideration. If out of the 3 you want, the only one missing is the HP stat. It'll be easier for you to do the HP missions or the defense missions. If you have the attack one, unless you really want it, I recommend you go for the others because it really makes a difference. So mine here is the defense stat. There's a little mission that's annoying to do with it, but most of them are much harder because it doesn't involve missions or raids. I think the annoying thing about the defense one is that you have to do field research, but at least it's free. You get it at the Pokestop, and it's pretty easy. You can complete everything. So you don't need to worry about that. That's something extremely positive. You should take that into consideration too. A positive point regarding legendaries and mythicals, the mythicals can't be traded, which makes them extremely rare too. For example, look, Pokemon that was definitely one of my first choices to use the gold bottle cap, Mewtwo. However, I simply did a lucky trade and I got a 100% shiny Mewtwo. From then on, that ended my hunt. I don't need to use the gold bottle cap on Mewtwo anymore. I can simply take that off my list. And I saved the gold or silver bottle cap that I would eventually use. However, if Mewtwo were a mythical Pokemon, this would never happen because mythical Pokemon can't be traded except for Meltan, which is a mythical Pokemon that you can catch a lot of pretty easily. So you don't even consider trading it because you can catch it easily. But basically, guys, mythical Pokemon like Mew, Celebi, and Jirachi, these Pokemon can't be traded. So you can only get them shiny and 100% by yourself. It's something extremely valuable. Downside, Mew, Jirachi, Celebi, Deoxys, those creatures, they don't have an event with a special background. So you won't have, like I have with Kyurem, with the special diamond background, on a Mew, on a Celebi, on a Jirachi, or a shiny Mew. It will be the same for everyone who bought the ticket. So there's that point. So if you want something more exclusive like that, maybe it's worth going for the special background. But there's the point that you'll only get shiny Mew and shiny Jirachi. So they end up being pretty special in that regard too. But like I said, when you're going to do a raid, it's going to be much more impactful to use a level 50 white Kyurem with 5000 CP than to use a shiny Mew with 3000 CP. So the usefulness of mythicals is also lower, not to mention that you can only catch a mythical Pokemon once, which makes farming XL candy much harder. So maxing out Mew, it's extremely expensive. So there are these points for you to consider as well, but they are extremely rare. It's really worth it to use a shiny mythical Pokemon. But what I recommend is that you prioritize those first 3 things I mentioned to you. Mythical or legendary, shiny, and that it's missing stats to reach 100%. This is the most important. If you put your silver bottle cap on a Pokemon that won't reach 100%, I'm going to smack you on the back of the neck, my friend. Don't do that, please. Don't disappoint me, guys. Don't post on GS Space that you did this because I'll be really sad if you do that, man. But that's basically it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, the link to our Timo is here in the description. So if you want to buy anything, man, if you want a gift, if you want to buy a phone case, a screen protector, clothes, anything, check out Timo using the link in this video here. You know this link already. Copy it, save it on your WhatsApp, send it to your mom, your dad. That helps me a lot, guys. The channel is at a stage where we're investing in many new projects and I'm using my life savings. I know it's risky, but since I'm still young, it's the right time to take chances. Any help from you would be appreciated. It would be extremely welcome. And I'm not asking you to give me money. Just buy something for yourself. You'll be helping a lot, man. Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much for watching this video up to here. Good luck with your Borake Borakaba. Choose wisely and don't use it on some random Pokemon, okay? Don't use it on some random Pokemon. I'm out.